everybody, and welcome to Storm Reads. And today I'm going to do the end of the year book tag. I've seen this going around, and it looked like it'd be, pretty easy tag to do, so I thought I'd do it. I think the original was by Ariel Bissett, and I'll link her stuff down below. And see, number one is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? And yes, there is. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish them, but I do need to finish Slayer by Kristen White. I got that far, not very far, and it just wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. And I had, all intents and purposes, I was going to finish it, but then I started this at the beginning of the year, actually, and I just put it to the side and just never picked it up. If I do finish it, it won't be this year. It'll be next year. And also, Mammoth by Jill. I do not know how you say that last name right there, but Jill Bagodinski? I butchered that, I'm pretty sure. And I almost finished this one. I mean, I got a little over halfway, but it bugged me because of the body image issues that the girl had. I thought it was going to be a positive body image thing because it was about a plus-size girl who is wanting to be an archaeologist, and I thought that would be pretty cool. But she was always down in herself about her size and things. Like, she didn't like her thighs to touch the boy because, he'll see how fat she is. And that bothered me. And I put it down one day and I never picked it back up. So I may try to finish this one since I did get pretty close to it. But it probably, like I said with the other one, it won't be this year. I may finish it next year. I've got too many books I have planned to read for the end of the year to waste it on the ones that I'm not sure if I'm going to like. So I'll do that next year. Do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? And not really. I'm not a seasonal reader, and so I read like what I like to read all year long. I don't care if it's a Christmas book and I want to read it in January, I would. It's just me. I'm not a seasonal reader. I will say that, I do think this one looked like a good, into spooky season type of read, and I read this one, Those Who Came Before by J.H. Moncrief. Anyway, I really liked it. It was a really good horror book, and I'm always in the mood for a good horror book no matter what time of the year it is, but since it is kind of autumn, wintry, I think horror books are a good time to read, though, so I thought I'd mention it. And then, are there new releases that you're still waiting for? And not really. I mean, I'm sure there are, but off the top of my head, I can't think. I do have some books that I've got on hold at the library, but I'm not in a big hurry to get them. I'm going to show you a couple of e-arcs that I do have, but the books haven't come out yet. And so I do hope to be able to read these soon. And I'm really hoping to get to The Dead Girls Club by, I think it's Damien Angelica Walters. And this one looks like a really cool book. And never read this author, but I've heard good things. And I'm really wanting to, it comes out next month, so I'm really wanting to get to it and read it next month. And then I have the newest one in the Kathy Ryan series, Beyond the Gate by Mary San Giovanni. I actually need to finish, which I guess could be on another book that I need to finish, Inside the Asylum, which was the book before this one, and I've almost finished with it. It didn't fit some of the challenges that I was trying to do, and so I put it to the side, and I just never picked it up, and I really need to because I was liking it. So I will probably get to that, and then hopefully I can get to this one. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? And if I can fit them in. I have plans for December and the rest of this month, so I don't know if I'll be able to fit them in, but if I could, I would like to fit in Murder at the Kensington Palace by Adrian Penrose. This is the third book in the Rexford and Sloane series, and I really liked the first two, and I was really excited to get this one, and so I don't know why I haven't read it yet. It's just, I got so many books that I just forgot about it, but I really want to read it, so I hope to get it. It's a historical mystery, and it's pretty funny. I think if you liked books like the Veronica Speedwell series, that you would like this series. And then I really would like to get to White Elephant by Trish. I know I'm gonna mess this up. Harnetro. I do not know how to pronounce that, but there you go. But this one is, I believe, like an isolated close circle mystery, and it's in winter time, so next month would be a perfect time to read this. So I would really like to be able to fit this one into my reading next month, but I don't know if I will be able to, but I do want to. And I would also like to get to The Widow of Pearl Harbor by Hester Fox. This one is also kind of, I believe, a historical mystery of sorts, and I've heard really good things about it, so I'd really like to get to that, but we'll see, because I do have plans for next month, and they might not be able to fit these books in. And then, is there a book that you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? I don't really think so. Out of, like, the books that I'm going to read that were from this year, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure I'll like them, but whether they will, like, jump into, like, first place of favorite book that I've read this year, I don't know. I do have high hopes for this one, so if I do get to it, it could be in maybe my top 10. I do hope it would be, but I don't know. I mean, I've never read this author, so I don't really know anything about her, so it's just, you know, I could hope it would be. This one could be too. It could be at least up in my top 10, because I really do like this series, so we'll see. And have you started making reading plans for 2020? And yes, and that is one of the reasons why I said I have plans for December. I have some e-arcs already for 2020, and I'm always behind, so my goal for next year is to try to keep up, not request as many e-arcs on NetGalley and Edelweiss, and try to keep up. I'm always bad with keeping up. I always get way behind, and then I get discouraged, and then I just get farther behind. So in December, I'm going to be reading my January and February arcs that I already have, so that I can kind of stay ahead of the game. So even if I only get the January ones done, I can have January to read the February ones and stuff like that. So in order to do that, I need to start reading my January ones in December. And so that's why I'm not sure if I will have time to read any more 2018 that I have, because I want to try to stay ahead. And then next year, besides staying ahead, I can catch up on books that I need to read that I didn't get a chance to read this year. And I would like to read some older books, so I'm hoping that my 2020 reading is less e-arcs and more of just books that I have on my TBR shelf that I need to finish up and get done. So I do have plans, but whether I follow through with the plans, that's a different story. And, okay, that is all of the questions. And so I don't know who to tag, because I don't know who's done this or not. And so if you haven't done it and you would like to do it, then tag your it. Go ahead and make the video. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.